AMCOM EAFM Previous Compulsory Paper 4th Indian Financial System. In our last lecture, we have studied components of Indian financial system. Financial assets, we have already discussed it in detail. Financial markets, we have studied money market, financial institutions, organized and unorganized sector, financial instruments, organization of Indian money market, in which call money market, bankers acceptance market, collateral loan market, treasury bill market, and commercial bill market. In our today's lecture, we will understand the capital market. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Capital market is a center which deals in long-term funds. As we have discussed, money market is for short-term characteristics. In other words, capital market is a mechanism by which debtors secure long-term loans and creditors invest their capital in long-term securities. In the words of Professor Douglas, the capital market deals in long-term funds, both debt and equity. Now, let's have a clear understanding of constituents of the capital market. So, the capital market can be divided into two parts as number one is lenders sector and number two is borrowers sector. Capital is supplied by the lender sector and is demanded by the borrower sector of the capital market. We will now see as to who make a demand for capital. Lender sector. Constituent of this sector are those individuals and institutions who provide loans for long term. It has two parts. One is organized sector and another one is unorganized sector. Organized sector of the capital market comprises of the following institutions. Stock exchange. It deals in corporate securities like shares, debentures and bonds and government or gilt-edged securities. It is the most important constituent of the capital market. It includes corporate security market and gilt-edged security market. Corporate security market can further be classified into new issue market and a secondary market, which is known as FPO. Secondary market deals in old corporate securities like shares, debentures, etc. The second one is non-banking financial intermediaries. We are studying institutions of organized sector. The one was stock exchange and the second one is non-banking financial intermediaries, NBFI. Non-banking financial intermediaries are those institutions which do not accept demand deposits from the public as the banks do, rather mobilize their savings and provide loans to different parties. These are of two types. One, development banks and another one is investment institutions. Now have a clear understanding. Development banks. These banks are, as a matter of fact, special financial institutions that provide medium-term and long-term loans. Main development banks are Industrial Finance Corporation of India, IFCI, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, ICICI, Industrial Development Bank of India, IDBI, Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDBI, Industrial Reconstruction Bank of India, State Finance Corporations, SFCs, State Industrial Development Corporation, SIDCs. Investment institutions. These institutions help large and increasing number of investors to invest in shares and debentures of the companies by extending them various facilities. These include the following institutions: UTI, Unit Trust of India, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, GIC, General Insurance Corporation of India. Some investment institutions have also come into being. These are merchant banking, mutual funds, lease companies, and venture capital financing. These are organized sector institutions. Now, unorganized sector. It includes mostly indigenous bankers, money lenders, chit funds, and similar other institutions like investment companies, finance companies, hire purchase companies, etc. Unorganized sector has very limited role to play in capital market. So this was one constituent of capital market, which was lenders sector. Now let's come to the point, borrower sectors. It includes those borrowers who borrow medium term and long term capital. It comprises of the following: the one, government sector. In this sector are included central government and state governments. On account of ever expanding developmental and non-development activities of the government, demand for capital funds on the part of government has increased tremendously. Railways, road transport, power corporations, departmental enterprises of the government borrow funds from capital market. Central and state governments or local public bodies have floated loans by issuing long-term securities, bonds, etc. Government securities are called as gilt-edged securities. The second one is corporate sector. Both private and public corporate sectors make demand for long-term capital for diverse reasons. They mobilize long-term funds. They, number 1, issue shares. Number 2, sell debentures. Number 3, borrow from development banks and investment institutions. Number 4, attract term deposits from general public, and in this way collect long-term funds. So now we'll study financial instruments of capital market. Financial instruments of the capital market are classified into the following two categories. Number 1, government or gilt-edged securities. Number 2, corporate securities. Government or gilt-edged securities. Central and state governments borrow funds from the people by issuing long-term bonds like national savings certificates, gold bonds, railway bonds, special bearer bonds, etc. Investment in government securities is considered very safe and they enjoy tax rebates also. Number 2, financial instruments of corporate sector. Main financial instruments of corporate sector are as under. Number 1, shares. For the purpose of building fixed capital, joint stock companies are authorized to issue shares. According to Companies Act, two kinds of shares can be issued by the companies. Number 1, ordinary shares, and number 2, preference shares. Shareholders get divided only when companies or corporates earn profit. In the event of a loss suffered by the company, the value of the share goes down. Ordinary shares, also known as equity shares. Debentures. It is a sort of loan document. Those who advance loans to the company are called debenture holders. Predetermined rate of interest is paid to the debenture holders whether the corporation earns profit or suffers loss. Public deposits. Companies also accept long-term deposits from the general public. Loans from institutions. Long-term loan from special financial institution like Finance Corporation of India is also an important financial instrument in the capital market. In short, capital market structure consists of financial institutions, lenders and borrower sector, and financial instruments. So this is it for this lecture. Thank you for joining in.